to start walking on 2 legs.
And, like, is there milk in the universe? Because there's a cow.
There is milk. That is canon. There is milk in the universe. I've seen them drink milk before.
Does it all come from
mammals,
Clairville's
so therefore...
Well, it's the idea that they have, like, milk farm.
Oh, there is a cow. There's a cow character in Mickey Mouse. Clarabelle.
Tommy.
I just want to let you guys know I've been recording for like 30 seconds.
Welcome to Elegy.
Welcome to the Elegy and Everlasting Winter.
This is where you stop and then you start again, right? And then...
We have a worse conversation to start it out.
Challenge. So guys, so this idea I've had with these non-fungible tokens already.
Oh god, please, I can kick you from the call.
So basically, the Mickey Mouse cinematic universe is full of contradictions when it comes to what we accept and like qualify as like sentient beings deserving of, you know, housing, rights, and all that jazz.
I should have wrote my psych paper on this. Like,
Here's
legit.
the thing. I feel like that's something Enix fully would say in character. Like, Enix would have hot opinions on this topic.
No, they would be like saying this, and Bianca would be like sitting on the other side of the table. They're fully at a restaurant. She's like,
"This is their first date."
Yeah.
And so when you think about it, right?
What's that mean words?
It just means is that everything is based off of how we decide it should be. There is no actual order or natural, because we create the order. And so, due to that, I think that we need to start qualifying.
It's like she's fully texting Syriee in the middle, like they've been talking about a Goofy movie for a half hour.
What's that meme where it's just like, okay, just say something normal, say something like, don't say something stupid. And just like, did you know that?
You know that Goofy and Pluto are both dogs, but one has rights and one doesn't.
That's kind of fucked up.
One can vote.
One of them can like fully legally drink.
Speaking of voting.
Oh.
That's a great segue.
Are we going to start playing Dungeons and Dragons now? Is that on the table?
Absolutely.
I thought Will was gonna start judging us on
Yeah, he was so
legal adults.
Well, my friends. Lyrics, that's pretty cool. Last where we left off, with our hometown heroes. What was meant to be a night of heartfelt companionship and potential romance quickly turned to one of uncertainty and fear upon the discovery that Pascal was apparently missing in action. When our heroes joined forces to get to the bottom of their friend's disappearance, what they discovered was what they believed to be an act of betrayal, as they were swiftly imprisoned right along with Pascal within an 8-bit landscape by the design of Lavinia Sageclaw. Holly, locked into combat with a technological reflection of Lavinia herself, struggled to piece together her friend's intentions, while the rest of the party did the unthinkable and struck down a dragon. After freeing themselves from their digital prison, it would be Enix who discovered the truth behind Lavinia's actions. They discovered a certain satyr classmate had secured a hard-hitting piece of informative blackmail against her, promising not to publicize this dreaded secret if she agreed to hack into the School of Inspiration's online database to rig the election against a certain Pallas Astrophel. As our heroes narrowly escaped detection from the school's security guard, Pascal underwent a harrowing transformation as a direct result of the stress from the affair, and they and Holly are left with only each other to lean upon. So, you guys just very narrowly avoided getting caught by the half-orc security guard in the middle of the night at the School of Inspiration. All of you are still in the school. Most of you have congregated in the hallway outside of the computer lab, although Holly and Pascal have ducked into another classroom. We're going to start with the party at large here. What is everyone going to do?
I mean,
we don't have a lot of time until that security guard gets back, so we probably should get going. Has anyone seen Holly, Pascal?
no.
I could message them if need be.
Yeah, maybe do that.
Yeah, I'll have sending on Holly. And I'll just something along the lines of like security in hall, leaving the building, please follow.
Holly, you're still in this empty, dark, like art room. A few classrooms down the hall, as you've been sitting there with Pascal for a few minutes, and you've managed to calm them down a little bit. They've sort of slowed their breathing, and they're now just sitting against there's like an air conditioner at the back of the room, like near the floor, that they're sitting against, and you see this pulsating energy flow through their horns and their wings and claws. Can you make just a quick Arcana check for me real quick?
Yeah, give me a second. Actually, I'm not doing this one. This one gave me bad luck last session, like the whole time.
Were those the dice where you rolled you rolled like 5 below 10s on trying to tell Lavinia to fucking stop?
Not just that, but also literally everything else.
You got a nat 20 at some point.
Yes, but I also rolled like below a 10 on like, I mean, to be fair, I'm a low wisdom person, or Holly's a low wisdom person.
If anyone was curious, there were 12 nat 20s last time.
I mean, 3 of them happened within the span of like 5 minutes in the computer lab, I remember.
That is true.
Okay, so this is a Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome, that's 15.
15. Holly, you've done, as part of your curriculum at the School of Inspiration, you've done some research, some looking into different types of magic, and sorcery is a weird one, because it's the most innate form of magic. It's kind of like on one end of the spectrum where you have like wizardry, which is inherently learned and can be performed really by anyone. Sorcery is so niche to specific bloodlines and specific families that it's really hard to pinpoint what exactly their sources are. What you can tell is that in this transformation that Pascal has underwent has almost had the effect of a key being turned in a lock. Something has awakened within Pascal. Something powerful has sort of opened its eyes, yawned and stretched, and tried to come alive within Pascal for the first time. I really just quoted Dolly Parton there, Jesus Christ. But you understand that something has ignited within Pascal that was not there before. And this is not a theme that you, as you think about it, this is not a theme that you are fully unfamiliar with, because something very similar happened to Enix a few weeks back. And on a 15, you're mostly focusing on Pascal, just being there with them in the moment, but a small, like, nagging part of you, a part in your mind, is wondering if there's any connection.
Okay.
As you get that message from Pallas. You're sitting next to Pascal, what are you doing?
Hey, Pascal, are you okay? I don't want to worry you. There are security in the hall, so we probably should go.
Fuck, okay, yeah. Can you,
I'm sorry.
No, sorry, don't apologize. Thank you for, can you just help me up real quick?
Yeah, of course.
They wrap their arm around you, and with a little bit of difficulty, you help them to their feet. You can tell that a lot has been taken out of them as you sort of help them to their feet, and the two of you leave. You poke your heads out the door, and you see the rest of the party.
I join with, like, sort of lead-in, like, you know what I mean?
You start to lead Pascal out, and they stop in the doorway as they realize, like, they're having a hard time, like, pulling their wings through. But more so, you see kind of a flash of fear run over their eyes as you realize they're about to face everyone else.
Sure.
They walk through the doorway, and everyone else, you all see that something is very different about Pascal.
Big wings.
You fully just say that across the hall?
Yeah, because, like, sick wings. Oh, wait, not across the hall. I guess I wait for them
You say that this to Pascal. They just kind of like nod without really saying anything. Is there anything else you guys are going to do before you leave?
I mind message Syriee. Should we deal with the Lazaro situation now? Because I'm not quite done talking to him.
It's been a night. Enix seems to have covered a lot of it. I think we can talk to them.
Can I roll any sort of insight check for Pallas to see whether or not he trusts that Enix has it covered?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of like Pallas, because I think Pallas is very on edge right now.
Roll insight. Enix, you don't have to roll deception. There isn't really anything you're lying about, but
That's a dirty 20.
I think Bryson and I can agree. I don't really know fully how Pallas feels about Enix, but in this moment, you feel like there's something unspoken between Enix and Lazaro that's sort of been established that you can trust is solid, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I trust Enix. It's more so a matter of, like, does Pallas feel comfortable leaving this where it's at right now? Just because Pallas doesn't like when people he thinks are his friends do something to hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Pallas doesn't know what Lavinia was actually doing, but...
Well, yeah, but,
yeah.
You know.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do besides leaving, before you leave?
Where are we right now?
You're just standing outside of the computer lab. It's one of the classrooms on sort of like in like the left wing of the first floor of the School of Inspiration.
Right.
Power's still out, right?
Power's out. It's fully dark. There's something very spooky about the completely dark hallways. Something very liminal about that.
Okay, I guess that's... What is this note? Oh, that's something else. Yeah, I'm good.
Sick. Can I have everyone make stealth checks for me real quick?
And you said we haven't leveled up. Okay, right.
Not yet. I'm gonna roll for...
Not yet?
You have, like you've leveled up, but, like, you haven't gotten, like, the long rest, like, health perks just yet.
Oh, you wear new spells, though.
No. Not yet.
Then I'll enhance ability, dexterity.
Okay.
19 for me.
So...
raise your hand if you beat a 10.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry. Because I cast darkness, can I just have that follow us?
That is not how that works, I don't think. Because it's...
It can move with us.
Can it? I might be wrong about that. Let me just double check real quick.
I think your Twilight Sanctuary moves with you. Darkness is his own.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm looking at darkness right now. It says...
Okay, so the wording is like you didn't the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. You didn't specify an object. That object would probably be like a computer in the computer lab.
Okay,
if I had
that's
to
fair.
guess. So, I mean, what did you roll for the stealth?
I'll just grab the computer, guys. It's fine. I'll just
He's
grab
just
it.
holding a desktop. Jesus Christ!
A desktop is emanating darkness.
It's like crackling. Oh, a hand.
I love that it's we've established that it's already incredibly dark.
Hi, Lakes. Is that like Mom? Was that like
Dark web.
Hi.
Wait, guys, is that how you get into the dark web? Is you cast darkness on a computer?
Enix, what did you roll on the stealth?
I did roll a 7.
Okay, so half of you passed, half of you failed. You guys are real lucky because exactly half of the people did pass, or we rolled a nat 20. So, there's
It's super stealthy too, or is it? Yeah.
or that's like a 27. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That's what they're good at.
Yeah.
Why are they so stealthy? What?
So, some of you are the jitters of what exactly happened, combined with some of you trying to like get a feel for like moving in your actual body for the first time in a little bit, because being trapped in the sort of digital landscape really threw off your sense of like rhythm in your body. Some of you need some time to readjust. Pascal is stumbling a little bit, but you guys see Ori and Laz are moving like shadows in the night, and mostly like Ori is helping Pascal sort of move along. You guys make it to the entrance of the school without running into the bodyguard, or the security guard. Just a little fun fact: this is in the codex, but the security guard's name is Orlin. If you guys were wondering, I come up with lore. You guys reach the entrance of the School of Inspiration. You guys head down the steps. It is around like 9:30 p.m. At this point, the moon has sort of set itself in the sky. It's a cloudy night out, and it's very, very brisk, very like vaguely frigid as the chill of autumn is slowly beginning to creep in further and further. Is there anything that anyone would like to do specifically while they are outside before people depart? I saw Will's hand first.
I'm just gonna remember how before, like when he took off the bandages on his hands, and also kind of during the video game, it brought up something that Dakota doesn't know the full extent of his abilities, and as everyone's kind of walking down the stairs, he's just gonna take a moment to have everyone to like hang back as everyone keeps going forward. And just kind of...
We'll do that in a second. Syriee, you said there was something you wanted to do?
Yeah, are there like street lights on outside?
Yeah, there are a couple of...
Syrie's real on edge, just gonna take a glance at that shadow.
Can everyone make perception checks for me?
Okay. 17.
Do
Oh,
I
wait.
use it?
Sorry. Lied. That was
That's an 18.
14.
Did anyone roll a 17 or higher?
I rolled a 17.
Holly and Syriee, Holly is the first to notice this, but as you're walking Pascal outside, you're just very quietly talking to them, sort of making sure that they're okay. You realize, it's kind of funny, but Syriee doesn't really have a shadow out here. And Syriee, you feel yourself, you are on edge, you're kind of like feeling a little bit agitated, and your tail kind of like does that sort of like motion that cats do when they're a little pissed off, just like swishing back and forth. You notice as you like kind of look off to the side that does not cast any presence or shadow against the pavement.
Okay. She's gonna try to like not even gonna look to see if anyone else notices. Just gonna try to stick to the shadowed areas of the pavement rather than anything else.
Holly, you rolled higher than Syriee did, right?
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
You notice this shift in Syrie's movement, and as she kind of like retreats into the shadows, you're kind of walking at the back of the group. You see there's like lights being cast, and there's like sort of like these little round areas that are kind of like where the shadows begin and the lights end. You see, running from the entrance of the School of Inspiration, a long, thin cat-like shadow running almost like two-dimensional along the pavement, hopping from streetlight circle to streetlight circle until it reconnects with Syriee.
Peter Pan.
Okay. Holly's very confused.
Holly, I'm going to say Holly's the only one who notices that. But
Does Syriee notice that her shadow comes back?
eventually, like, you're walking down and you see the shadow has miraculously reappeared.
Okay. She'll just curse under her breath and it's not even gonna, like, she doesn't want anyone to notice that she is off. She's not even gonna look to see if anyone else noticed. She's gonna pretend it happened.
Oh, it's so edgy. I love you, Syriee. You guys all
Harry,
walk.
what'd you say? No, I'm joking.
You're fully not walking with them. The group as a whole, you guys are walking in this like awful silence for a while. No one really knows what to say, how to say it, until you guys reach the train cars, not the train cars, the lift, which is 24-hour operation. So you guys lucked out. You guys see Lavinia, who has fully, Lazaro has fully like pulled his hoodie, like his hood up, and has been just very quiet, very small, keeping close to Enix, like as he's been walking with the group.
Can I say something?
Sure.
He's holding my hand.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Giant 6'2" tiefling.
Enix is walking around with Laz like he's their like fucked up little son.
Yeah.
But you see Laz kind of like breaks away for a second, looks up at Pascal. It's kind of like a strange, tepid silence until. Well, who said you'd never be a dragon, huh? And you see, without any hesitation, Pascal backhands Lazaro across the face.
Does Lazaro go like flying, or is it just like
Lazaro fully just like Lazaro is like 3 feet tall. Pascal is 6.5. They like kind of have to bend down to like connect, but you see the weight of it like sends Laz like stumbling back a few feet. As you see almost lightning fast until Pascal turns to Holly. Guess I better get some practice in, huh? See you guys later. And they fly off into the night.
So I am gonna follow them.
They're flying down the mountain currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly and follow them.
Okay. Is this the first time that anyone's seeing Enix like fly, by the way?
Huh?
Is this the first time that Enix is flying, by the way? No, this is not. They did during Galloween. Galloween, yeah.
It's like the third or second times.
Might be the first time for some of you because it was very foggy. But I digress. Enix, is there anything you say to the group before? Is there any checks you want to make?
I go, I kind of like, well, yeah, I'd like to make a general perception check of like before I fly off, because I feel like Enix would do that.
Perception or insight?
I guess insight of like the group of what happened.
Yeah.
Of what the stuff of what just happened.
Other people, if you guys would like, you can make the insight check as well.
It's an 11, so it's not great, but
11. Is that a nat one?
A 9.
Pallas is angry.
Alright, did anyone beat a 15? Roselle? Everyone knows that Pascal's pretty upset. That's like a given. It's, what happened to them was pretty upsetting, especially without context.
yeah.
Roselle, you don't really. How did Roselle was Roselle friends with Pascal or Laz before the day of change? What do you say?
To talk to them.
Sorry?
Really had reason to talk.
That's fair. Regardless, you know that Pascal and Laz's friendship is complicated in that there's a bit of reluctance in the friendship as a whole, but it's also very symbiotic. You know that Pascal and Laz, for all their differences, bring out the best in each other, in a way. Pascal holds Laz accountable and, keeps a nice tight leash on him when he needs it, and Laz helps Pascal come out of their shell. That's kind of the dynamic that you've noticed between them over these last few months. But watching that happen, you can't help but think that this time Laz has brought out the worst in Pascal. Regardless of whatever intentions he may have had, you begin to understand why Laz portrayed Pascal that way in the video game. And maybe he was misguided, but either way, it's a mixture of like feeling betrayed and feeling just straight up fucking insulted. And you, on a 15, I'm going to say anyone who rolled a 10 or higher, you see there are tears streaming down Laz's face again.
So I am going to fly off and go get Pascal. I'm getting that, like, with the intention of me flying off is to, like, grab them back and be like, so we're not just going to, like, I'm bringing...
You probably can't catch up to them.
Why not?
You'll probably... I mean, do you have the same flight speed?
Which... Oh, good.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. What's your flight speed?
It is 30. Well, I guess it's my... Is it my walking speed?
Yeah.
It's 30.
I think it is.
So it would be 30.
That's really interesting. You are actually faster than Pascal. The feat gives you a flight speed of 20. Which is not a lot, honestly. But
So I will be grabbing them.
Enix, you kind of... Do you say anything to the group before you take off?
I think it's just a collection of... no, the fuck they did not... And then...
Yeah, I think we should let them handle that. I think they got it. I think they're good. Okay.
Enix, can you make just like a... Can you make us... This is a little weird, but this is tracking. Can you make a survival check for me? I'm going to roll this against Pascal's stealth because it is dark.
Jack, you die. You don't survive.
do you want me to...
Sorry?
Do you want me to say it?
Let me just find their character sheet real quick. I'm gonna have like a binder for this eventually, just not right now. Please, there we go. Stealth, they're okay at that. What'd you roll?
A 19.
You try and follow after Pascal for some time. Do you call out to them? Do you say anything to them while you're like following them?
I guess I say, I understand you're upset, but we don't hit people.
You hear them from ahead. You guys are like kind of descending the mountain a little bit, and it's getting like very like hard to sort of maintain your like sense of sight and being able to like track. You can kind of see like Pascal sort of like barreling down the mountain with like not nearly as much control or finesse as you are, and you hear them from above say, "Leave me alone!" And they descend closer to the forest, and you lose sight of Pascal.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
And Enix, as you're like kind of like sort of trying to like search for them, you hear you kind of feel and hear another like pair of wings like flapping behind you, like more like skittering. Did you lose them? As you see, Ori has appeared behind you.
Oh, I say, yeah. They went into the forest.
We should probably leave them.
Yeah. And then I guess Yeah.
Ori kind of like looks off to the forest for a moment and returns back to you. Well, I would fly home from here, but technically I feel like I might be someone's ride home, so I'm gonna go. But, by the way, I just, I didn't mean to like blow you off when you told me about Krasinski, but I just wanted to say, I don't know if I should apologize, if I should say, like, you know, rest in peace, but rest in pieces.
I'm gonna head back.
Yeah.
And
sure.
then Enix goes back.
Okay. Enix, head, like, back up the mountain?
Yeah.
Alright, and Ori's gonna follow you back up. Yeah, you guys all watched that happen, but we're gonna cut back to Dakota real quick. You peel off your gloves, and maybe it's the light, maybe the fact that it's darker out, but you could swear your sort of runic markings are glowing just a little bit brighter.
Dakota's gonna do the hand thing from before.
You put your hands together, the insignia of the mountain forms. Are you like hanging back from the group for a little bit?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. You press your hands together and you feel yourself almost ripped from your own body for a moment as you see gray, like, particles, almost not quite snow, but something that feels and looks a lot like it swirls around you. As you look around, you can walk around and still fully, like, interact with the world around you as it's changing, but you feel like you're outside of your body as you're doing so, as you feel deep within your heart of hearts, you know you're confused about what happened before and understanding what happened with Lazaro. Master of the present, master of the past. You see the moon, like, sort of slowly fade from the sun, from the sky, and replaced by the sun. You see, like, mirages, illusions of people sort of, like, walking around and, like, talking in slow motion very quickly around you. So much is just happening around you, completely beyond your control, beyond your sort of physical presence in the world. And suddenly, you feel yourself back in the morning. It is around 7, maybe 7:30, and you see students of the School of Inspiration walking around, heading into the building, sort of milling about, the normal morning routine of the school.
As people pass, Dakota's kind of just gonna look at his hands and also try to, like, kind of touch people as they go by.
You hold your hand out as you see Rufus and Aviva sort of walking, like, sort of arm in arm, and
Oh, hey, good.
you like wave, and they do not respond.
That's okay.
You like turn around and you see the deputy headmaster, personal cavalry, like, kind of walking, like, very stiff down the road, holding, like, books all in his hand. And you see, like, a bunch of other people sort of milling about. And then you see something very curious. Who did you come to school with this morning?
Who did I go to school with that morning? Did I come to school with anyone that morning?
Were you, like,
Probably.
walking with anyone, would you say?
Probably Ezra, maybe?
Yeah. We can say that, like, you were walking with some of the guys from the... You met up at the car, and you, like, at the like, lift, and you're walking with some of the guys from the seedball team. You're with, like, Ezra, Sagas, like, a couple other dudes, and you see yourself walking exactly how you did this morning with your pack of friends.
Oh. Dakota, like, in the like, as he's, like, walking, as he, like, walks up to himself, will start remembering like all the little things that he said, I think, in that conversation, having them match up.
You're speaking exactly what you said when you were talking to Ezra about like something about Ezra was talking about sports and you were nodding along pretending to understand, but you nod along and you see you're like walking next to yourself from this morning is walking on Ezra's left, you're walking on Ezra's right. You see Ezra's right arm like goes out to like describe something and like moves right through you.
Okay. I guess this is an illusion. Or I'm an illusion. Oh, that's funny.
I'm an illusion. Dakota, can you make a perception check for me real quick?
15.
15. Well, getting the obvious out of the way first, you are experiencing the world from a different level of existence and awareness currently. You're reliving an experience that might not necessarily even be your own. You were a part of that experience, but you realize that you're sort of reliving the world from a sort of stilted perspective, not of a person, but of a place. And you realize that that's where the connection is rooted. Also on a 15, you hear another familiar voice from sitting on one of the benches outside of the school. You see Lazaro sitting, same hoodie on, sitting alone with his backpack. You see his backpack is stuffed to the brim, and you realize it's like you put two and two together and realize it's probably all of his equipment. And you see he is on the phone.
Oh, Dakota walks over.
Listen, I don't know if I can do it today. It's like, are you sure we have to rush it this much? I understand.
Dakota's gonna merge, cause he's not actually there, so he's gonna put his ear up to the phone.
Dakota, you stick your head on the other side of the phone for that Laz is on. It kind of goes through a little bit. I'm gonna roll I'm not sure how exactly this will work. I'm just gonna roll a luck check and see if you can hear the person on the other line. Unfortunately, you cannot. But nonetheless,
I see caller ID on the phone.
You see it's from a number that has not been registered on Laz's phone as a contact.
And I make a history check.
That's really specific. I'll say sure.
Okay. Just to remember, just to see if I remember whose number it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be high DC, but I'll let you do it.
I mean, who knows? It may have a Feywild area code, it might be a certain...
We love the Feywild area code.
Feywild area code.
That is a 16.
Fortunately, no. Good roll, not high enough.
Crazy.
Crazy enough, you can't just look at a phone number and know instantly who that belongs to.
No, that is hard. That's super hard.
Pretty hard. But nonetheless, you hear Lazaro continue the conversation.
Yeah, I know. Time is of the essence. It's just it just feels really soon. I've already got I'm supposed to be doing something else. No, I know. I just yes, I know what will happen. I'd really rather you not say that. Look, I'll try. Okay, I can't. I'll do my best. I can't promise it'll be perfect. I mean, I'll try. Might be a little too soon. Yeah, of course I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I know.
Doop. And you see Laz kind of sits back in the bench, a hand over his head, and you see time. You feel your sort of spirit self in that moment wrenched back into your body as if being pulled by a hook. As you feel yourself return to your body and you feel like you have been hit in the head with a brick. You have 1 level of exhaustion. I'm going to put something in the chat real quick. Give me 1 moment.
Wait, which chat?
The Elegy chat.
Okay.
We are going to just
Smellogy.
Smellogy. I'm going to drop this in the chat real quick. This is an ability that Dakota has acquired at level 7. Don't recommend reading all of it right now, because it's very complicated.
Long. Okay.
But Dakota, you now have free reign of the Point North ability. You also have 1 level of exhaustion. So cool. Can everyone else other than Dakota make just a quick insight roll to notice Dakota has like stuck back?
Oh, fuck.
8.
22.
Laz rolled like shit. Let's see if Noel.
Oh. 15.
Which one is it? It's
Insight.
insight. Oh, that's a 7.
What DC do you think this is, Will? It's like DC. Dakota's not hard to miss. It's like
I
DC.
mean,
Like
the timing of it was less than a minute, but I mean, I hung back all the same. So
yeah, I'm gonna say it's like anyone who rolled a 10 or higher notices that Dakota stuck behind. Everyone who rolled a 13 or higher notices that something is off. What, Enix, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
15. Raise your hand if you beat 13. Aidan, what did you get?
22.
Alex?
So 22.
And Arielle.
18.
I'm gonna say the 3 of you all notice that not Enix, what the fuck? Dakota, you notice that for that entire time, as like Enix and Ori like just went down the mountain to chase after Pascal, Holly, you're kind of like freaking out a little bit, shocker, but Pallas, Roselle, and Syriee, you all turn around and notice Dakota is standing still near the steps of the School of Inspiration, and upon closer look, you notice that the way they're standing, it's like they're comatose standing up. Completely unresponsive, completely, like, not emoting, not moving. And as, like, do any of you, like, try and approach him while...
Pallas just watches from, like, a distance.
Roselle, you're gonna approach him?
Jim, something happened.
Okay. Roselle and Syriee, you guys approach. Do either of you try to say anything to Dakota?
Hey, Dakota, are you okay?
And there's no response.
Can I mind message?
Yes, you can try.
Dakota? Are you okay?
I don't think there's anything. Until Dakota...
that's perfectly normal, the TV static.
Dakota is suddenly like wrenched back into their body and like stumbles a little bit. And I'm gonna say, like, Roselle and Syriee, since you approached, you can see this a little bit better. The lights along their arms that you can see fully fledged are like, and they dim. Dakota, you have a raging headache as this wave of weird ethereal fatigue has suddenly struck you like a baseball bat.
Like, I just got hit in the head. That's what I get for playing video games late at night, though, right?
Make a deception roll.
That's a joke.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What just happened? Are you okay?
Right?
I don't know. It was... I was just trying something. I thought something that happened before earlier, and it... Well, I guess I stopped myself from doing it, but in Laz's game, I don't think I've fully figured this out yet.
There's a lot happening.
Can I have calm emotions to try to like help with the headache a little bit? So like,
Stop it.
okay, I'm just trying to help.
Pallas, you raise your hand, like Dakota, like...
My hand snaps in half. Like, ah!
Oh no.
Don't roll hit dice.
Dakota, you take 5. No, I'm kidding. No, not Dakota, Pallas. Fuck me. Anyway.
No, Pallas. Cry.
5 damage.
Well, Dakota, you feel yourself reeling from this kind of blow. Is there anything else specifically that people would like to do? Pallas?
So following the whole Pascal, like seeing what's going on there, I'm gonna cast Sending to them
Okay.
and just be like, your feelings are valid. People like us with innate abilities have some growing pains. If you need someone to talk to about it, sorcerer to sorcerer, I'm here.
Can you make a persuasion check for me?
That is a 12 plus 8 for a dirty 20.
Nice.
Sorcerer.
You do not get a response. At least not then and there.
Okay.
So, as everyone's kind of like regrouping, Noelle kind of turns to you, Holly, kind of pulls you to the side. So is this the shit that you guys get up to when I'm not around?
I mean, sometimes, like,
Yeah.
speaking of the library, there's other stuff. So.
I believe there's like a little bit of just reverb echo on someone's end. But anyway, Noelle kind of like, yeah, well, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried, for both, Lazaro and Pascal.
Yeah, you turn and you see Lazaro is talking to the operator of the lift and is boarding a lift car on his own. Noelle shares kind of like a look with you. He might need his space.
Okay.
Yeah, well, hopefully Mom doesn't get too concerned about the fact that we were at the school in the dead of night.
Yeah.
Do any of your friends need a ride home?
I'll ask. Do any of you guys need rides home? Oh, I rejoined with them. Do any of you guys need rides home?
I got Syriee. Or to get it as rides if Aidan.
Possible. I could.
I'm good. I'm gonna drive home, I think.
Are you good to drive?
I think I am. I don't know. My head hurts a lot. I'm
You
gonna
see,
sit down. I'm sitting down now, guys.
yeah,
Dakota just sits.
Ori kind of like looks between you guys. I can like stay with you until you need. I
We're
can-
healing though?
Yeah, I was looking to see if I could do any.
You see Ori lifts a finger, like a little like a sort of like black flame
Yeah.
poofs from their finger, and they tap you on the forehead. Dakota, you feel warm. Doesn't really go away, but it feels nice for a second.
Yeah. I don't really have like a cut or like I appreciate it though. I do.
Yeah, healing word.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
I'm just gonna close my eyes and just like for 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna 2 seconds, guys. Just 2 seconds. Just.
I think someone should take him home.
yeah, I can take him
Yeah.
home. Healing would be a lot better if it healed the soul. I can drive him home if you need me to.
But doesn't he live up here?
Yeah. Oh right. Shit.
We'll just walk him, like as a group.
Yeah, that might be a.
It's dark. Let's just take him to his house.
Yeah, that might be a good move. Some of us can do it. Some of you guys can like go now. We don't need the whole entourage.
Yeah, Syriee and I. Syriee and I. Can.
All right.
Listen, y'all are best get back to your house. Oh, you guys get your plans.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna just. I think I'm gonna. Yeah. Bye. As Ori flies away into the night.
I'm
I'm up, guys. I'm up.
Yeah, we're gonna walk you home, bud.
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Syrii's gonna like help support him.
Yeah, Pallas can't, so Syriee can.
Noel turns to Enix and Roselle. Do you guys need rides home? I know you guys are like kind of close to each other.
Enix looks at like Lazaro, like kind of like
Who's like boarding the car right now?
yeah. I'm like I should probably I'm like Roselle. I'm gonna take care of that. Is that cool?
Are you going to be okay getting home though?
I can fly. I still can fly. I'll be
Like
fine.
or something.
And
And I don't
Roselle,
want to speak.
Wait, I actually cannot.
There's some.
Wait, I just like could not hear.
yeah,
what
I'm having a bit of a hard
sense.
time understanding. You said.
You just keep cutting out. Sorry.
I turned my audio like thing up really high, so I'm talking loud enough, and now I talk loud. Audio issues.
Bryson, I think there's a little bit of like echo on your end too.
I muted myself. It wasn't me.
Is it?
Look.
Howdy.
Hold on, say something.
We can
again?
hear you.
Okay. Can we?
Okay, so either it was Bryson or it's fixed now.
Okay.
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 No worries.
Sorry. Back to roleplay. Would you say Roselle?
I mean, we can. I don't want to speak for Holly, but we can probably wait for you.
Bryson, it is fully you. I hate to break it to you, bestie.
So what do I do about that? Because I have to speak.
I don't. There, like
Are
maybe
you
push.
wearing headphones?
No.
Just do push to talk.
We can figure this out after. Just like maybe like mute yourself when you're not talking. I don't really know, but there is a push to talk option like that you can set up on Discord, but that could be later. Back to roleplay. What were you saying?
Well, we could wait for you, Enix. I don't want to speak for Holly. Not, I guess Holly, but I don't want you to not have a way to get home. It's kind of late.
Yeah. I do agree, actually.
Okay, now I can't hear Bryson.
Your audio cut.
What
Oh,
happened?
Lord.
Oh no.
Did you change your audio input device?
How about now?
Oh, there we go.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh. Yeah, you guys can wait for me. It's chill.
Okay.
Okay.
And as Roselle, as Enix is saying this, you hear a voice begin to echo from within your mind again. Roselle,
Yeah?
we are outside of the school, are we not?
Yes.
Something feels different about this place.
What do you mean? What's going on?
I'm not sure. What are the places nearby this school of note?
Well, let me pull out my mental map.
As everyone takes out of the laminated Elegy map.
There appears to be a lake.
Yeah, there's the lake.
In what direction is the lake?
North-ish.
You kind of point in the direction of like where you're standing, like relative to where you are, like standing away from the school. It's like northwest. You hear Carnation within your mind. Do I have permission to emerge?
Are you gonna kill anything?
Of course not. I'm
Then
learning
go
to do
ahead.
better.
come on out. You're fine.
Carnation bursts from Roselle's forehead and begins to dart away in the direction of the lake.
Oh, kitty. And Dakota just follow it.
Yeah, Roselle will, like, run after. Like, I thought you meant that you were just gonna, like, hang out. I didn't think you were gonna start running.
You're just saying all of this while running?
Yeah, we're gonna follow Dakota.
Everyone.
I said no, we should definitely follow.
Fucking okay. as Noelle like darts off after you guys, we're going to do Enix and Laz first. Enix, you approach the car just as it's about to like sort of take off. You see this sort of like gray-skinned, elven-looking woman is currently operating the lift. Two of you. Need to catch a ride?
Yes.
All right. Well, the doors open up and Laz, who like was on his phone for a second, you see he looks up and makes eye contact with you. Hey.
Hey.
You can come in.
What?
You can, if you're going down.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yes.
And you walk over and sit down. You enter the car. The doors close shut, and the lift begins to descend from the mountain. You see, Lav is kind of sitting there in this like weird, awful silence. You see she's kind of holding the spot where Pascal struck her, not really saying anything.
I noticed that, and then I just, what do I do? Sorry, I, cast, Healing Word as a first level on, her, and I'm like, you gotta admit, that was, like, really bad timing for you to say that, like really, like exponentially, like truly monstrously bad
This blue,
time.
like starry light, like kind of washes over her, and she kind of feels the. Thanks for that. Yeah, I know.
Like really bad timing.
I know. I just.
It's like you hit like a puppy with a baseball bat. Like that's
how. Jesus, that's a lot. That's.
Given what just happened, I don't feel like it is, but like that.
I don't know. It just felt really shitty doing that. I don't know. I kind of had it coming, so yeah.
I don't think anyone has violence coming to them, except for Dion. But
I mean, like, to be totally fair, no less than like 5 minutes ago, you told me you were gonna beat me up after all of this was over.
I never said that I didn't contradict myself. I never said that was something I wasn't going to do.
Touche.
So, like... And then Enix kind of just, like, looks out the window and is kind of like... sure is... night.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Nat 20.
Oh, Jesus Christ. On a nat 20, Lavinia Sageclaw falls in love with you. What the fuck am I supposed to say? On a nat 20. Jesus Christ. On a natural 20, you say that, and Lavinia just like snorts really loudly. Yeah, it is. I don't really know if I have much else to say to you guys other than like, I guess thank you for, you know, for putting me in my place, but also, you know, I don't really know what else to say. Just
It's kind of cheesy, but like that's what friends do, I guess.
yeah, I guess so. And you too.
And as a friend, word of advice: give Pascal some time, like a lot of time.
Yeah, I think they might need it.
And I think you do too.
I think I have a lot of stuff I need to figure out. I mean, I've already fought half the battle, but you know. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking kill Dion when all this is over. Like, legit, like, not actually, but, you know, it's, you know, the claws are coming out, so.
I mean, like, I know at least one of us has like Revivify, so like, if you did, it's
Oh, so, like, no consequences?
pretty much.
Okay,
Other than like
I mean, like...
other than like inducing trauma of like death, but like other than
No,
that,
but I feel like he's earned it at this point. I want him to go through, like, some form of hardship at this point.
listen, I have learned that I am in no position to like decide whether or not someone dies. You know, that's up to fate, whatever. But I can be in control of how much pain they endure. So, you know,
Good to know. Can I, like, ask you something stupid and completely unrelated?
mm-hmm.
And you are fully, like, you are under no obligation to say yes, but when, like, everything's calmed down a little bit and, you know, things are a little less tense, can I take you up on that offer that you made a few weeks ago? About, like...
Was the offer? I don't remember what it is.
About, like going, like, dress shopping, I mean... You don't have to say yes. You are not under, like, no obligation.
So you know how like when someone offers something, that means they're waiting for you to accept the invitation, meaning that that person was always down for said activity and they're waiting on the
alright,
other
look,
party.
I don't know these things. I didn't get the manual. I like fucking like.
The manual on holding conversations and making plans.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. So like, yeah, well said. Well, yeah. I mean, it would mean a lot, I guess.
We should. Theoretically, I do have another friend who asked me for a similar favor.
Oh, who?
Their name does rhyme with Jolly.
Ah, fuck me. Well,
And I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that it is a possibility, but it does not have to be at all.
I don't
Like,
know
it doesn't
where
have-
I don't know where they're at with Pascal, so I don't know. I might want to wait to see where they're at before I like jump to do anything. But
Do what? What would you be doing?
I don't know, like if I'm going. I'm down if they're down. I guess I just need some time to like see if that's something that they're okay with.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so that would be up to you to talk to them about, if you wanted to, which you don't have to.
You're saying I don't have to, but you're also insinuating that it would be a good idea if I did.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I've like I've actually been kind of like looking ahead a little bit. I had some like pictures pulled up if you want to sort of. I have no sense of like fashion, but if you want to like look at them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I look at them.
Yeah, and you guys spend the rest of the trip down together looking at some of the dresses that she picked out. I'm just gonna roll for Lavinia's fashion sense real quick. I'm gonna do this in Box of Doom. Hold on.
I was hoping you did.
What fucking role would this be? I guess charisma, right?
Yeah.
What?
That makes sense with Pallas.
It's good that this is not Pallas.
Oh, no, I was just making a joke that, like, if charisma is the fashion stat, it makes sense that, yeah.
No, it makes sense, because it's about, like, you have to also look good, you have to, like, act like you're confident and stuff like that. So
Pallas also pulls up to high school in, like, designer clothes every day. For no reason.
So Lab has a flat 10 in charisma, so there's no modifier.
So what I'm gonna say to that is I'm gonna look at like one of the pictures and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna stop you right there.
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stop you right there, not even letting a roll happen.
Okay, so she rolled a 13. Enix, you look at some of the dresses and it's like that weird phase of like an early stage trans person where they're just going for literally anything that like suits. Like she's just going for what feels like cool and feminine without actually having any sense of what they look like on. But on their own, they look pretty all right.
I'm still gonna be like, so right. So you can't wear that green dress because your skin is green.
Oh yeah, like green on green.
Naked. And
I don't know about that. It's like a different shade. Like this is more this is like mintier.
If you want to go for a nude look, I don't think that's the nude look you want though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's also like gonna get. I mean, if it's like if people are gonna see that and look at it like a nude look, I might get like super dress coded. But
yeah, just I don't know about that particularly. But like, are you like an autumn or like what's your like season? What's your color palette looking like?
I don't really have a color palette. I have t-shirts and shorts, so I'm really working with a blank slate here.
Okay, that's fine. Let's start with Target. Target has a fantasy Target. Fantasy Target has some great stuff.
Just say Target. Like.
Nope.
No, we've established at this point in Fantasy America trademark that everything that exists in modern America as of right now does in fact contain fantasy before every single other registered trademark.
sorry, except for Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg is just Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg is just Muhlenberg. Kathy Herring is real. And you spend
that's
Enix.
the world of Boundless, the Boundless campaign.
I'm sorry. Just what class is Kathy Herring?
Warlock. Fiend.
Thank you. You helped me with my homework.
I feel like literally after graduating from school, I've just been succumbing to hurl through hell, the class feature.
Her patron is the money that she gets from like the 5 alumni that actually donate to the school every year.
I am still getting Berg bulletins, but there's also apparently an alumni Berg bulletins.
No, I've heard about that. I've heard like Josh Cooperman brought it up in the server like the other day, right? Well, yeah. Give us some money. Anyway.
So I like to imagine that her familiar is just Dean Williams.
Dean Williams is a
You
fighter.
need to stop right there. We're gonna get in trouble.
Dean Williams is a fighter.
Okay, we need to continue.
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, can we recap what the party knows and what Enix knows in regards to the last situation?
Nothing.
The party
any of us know
at
anything.
large knows next to nothing other than it's insinuated that she had to do it against her own will. That is it. That is like maybe what some people are guessing. Enix knows everything. So, you guys can talk about this later.
We know that there's
but-
blackmail, but
Do we know that the election was potentially being
Nope,
tampered with?
we have no idea about it. If I will say, like, because no one checked the computer before the blackout, that's why you guys don't know anything. I will say, like, what is it? What's the word? Retrospectively, if anyone checked the computer, they would have seen exactly what she was doing.
Dakota having almost brought the computer.
I mean, then the blackout happened and
Take the
everything was
darkness.
lost. Yeah. All of her progress on what she did was completely lost when the blackout happened.
Yay.
Did Laz get their video game?
That was like saved, like backed up already. So I think that's fine.
not a backup hard drive.
Yeah, it's like a flash drive.
A floppy.
Wait. Enix, has Lavinia mentioned to you whether or not she hacked the election?
No.
We don't know if she went through with it.
We don't know. I didn't ask her yet. That's
You can.
kinda like
You're still with her.
okay. So I guess I say, did you?
While you're like in
Did
the
you
middle,
ever-
like looking at the Target dress collection.
I'm like, what? Did you ever finish? Did you finish the job?
You see her. She's like in the middle, like scrolling, and she's actually like kind of her mood has picked up a little bit, but you see her face falls when you say that. It didn't finish before the blackout happened.
Okay.
It was a long, just between you and me, the School of Inspiration is a really like heavily guarded online database. It's really hard to get into, and
Yeah, I would assume so. It's an educational
and
institution.
accessing the files, if it loaded completely, like it would not have been hard to check for the votes because they tally them digitally. But I never even got to see how many votes either one got, so I don't know. For all I know, Pallas could have won, Rizzy could have won. I have no idea.
Okay. So I was thinking that this job would go really well with
Oh,
this
do you think
hat.
so? Yeah. Oh, I mean, like I got bullied for the fedoras, so I'm like a little like. I mean, I deserved it, so it's fair. But and you
No,
guys
like-
spend the rest of the rest of the trip.
Fedoras on a man is very different from fedoras on a woman. Those are two different things, two different vibes completely.
You're talking my language, and you guys spend the rest of the night talking about outfits. And when you get to the bottom and you leave the car, you notice, even in spite of everything, Lav is looking in better spirits than she did before. I'm gonna call like a 5-minute bathroom break. I do need to pee and get some water. After that, we're gonna cut to Roselle.
Ugh.
Content. I love content. Yes, I love content.
Also not listed, besides the thing that Tommy posted, I also negotiated several spells that
You had
Dakota can
spells?
cast.
I remembered them.
Your
I will-
power over Tommy is terrifying, quite frankly.
He's still recording.
Does
Yeah.
Tommy have a tree in their room?
I think it's a painting.
I love the Rainforest Cafe.
I love nature. It's so.
Yeah, I don't think she did yet. Did she?
I have Mage Hand,
Okay.
Oh no.
Illusory Script, Borrowed Knowledge, and Magic Circle. Yeah.
What's Magic Circle?
I can read out the description of Magic Circle for you if you wish. It's quite a funny, funny spell.
It's good.
I create a 10-foot radius of a 20-foot tall cylinder centered on a point on the ground that I can see within a range of 10 feet. And it lasts an hour. And this cylinder allows me to choose one of the following types of creatures, which is either celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, all of the above, or only one. It can be anything. And the circle affects a creature of the chosen type in the following ways. The creature can't enter the cylinder by non-magical means. If the creature tries to TP out or interplanar travel to do so, it has to succeed on a charisma save. And the creature is disadvantaged on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder. And the targets within the cylinder can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature. And when I cast the spell, I can elect to cause the magic to operate in the reverse direction, preventing a creature of a specified type from leaving the cylinder. So basically, I'm gonna trap Dion in a cylinder. Because he's a
And then
There's gotta be a fantasy law against that one.
I'm gonna use Moonbeam on them while they're in that cylinder.
You're gonna kill him.
Double
We
cylinder.
revivify, right?
Let's think about this. If we go to the principal saying, "Hey, this student just blackmailed another student to break into the school system, change the elections, all while blackmailing said student to out them to the entire." Dion would fully get expelled. Like
What proof? What proof do we have?
Zone of truth.
But you can fight against that.
You can.
Yeah, but
what,
if you-
what lore
if you-
what lore do I have to establish today?
If
You
you're
have
not,
Pallas' brilliant
Yeah.
testimony.
In a world of magic in America, there has to be some written bylaws that states you cannot get a confession out of someone under the influence of magic.
Yes, that is actually something I've put thought into. Zone of
Hear me
Truth
out.
is one of the most kind of difficult to use spells in modern America because it technically states that under the context of law and within other systems like school systems, Zone of Truth can be used only with consent. It is against the law to do it to someone when you're interrogating someone against their consent, because that's considered sort of basically the arcane equivalent of entrapment.
Yeah.
Zone of Truth can be used casually, but it's under those specific circumstances, obviously you cannot say anything. Obviously you can resist the sort of spell, but if you're coerced into being Zone of Truth or anything, that's entrapment. And
you don't have anything to hide, though. Why are you so again?
If you don't have anything to hide, then why don't you let me?
It's the same argument for someone submitting to a lie detection test.
Nah, but a lie detection test is faulty sometimes.
But a zone of
and
truth is faulty
is Zone of
sometimes.
Truth.
So,
There's so many
You
caveats.
succeed.
You could just
succeed on the saving throw and then pass a deception check.
you're right.
But if you succeed on the saving throw, it tells the caster that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Zone of Truth, you can also
So-
just shut up, is the thing.
But then what if the caster lies?
Yeah, exactly.
So many,
'Cause
like,
then,
caveats.
'cause then the caster comes into question whether or not they can just
How
be
does
like,
how illegal is mind reading? Out of curiosity.
no, truth is bad.
That's
You're
very-
actually invading people's privacy.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, morally...
You need a warrant? Or is that just fully?
I will say this,
They
there
serve
is...
you a warrant and then enter your mind.
You've been
Like-
served.
And I played around with this with Crony Chronicles as well, but basically the idea is that, again, Zone of Truth can be used, in truthful scenarios in which both parties are willing and fully capable of telling the whole truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's if it was used in a school setting, there would need to be a waiver, right? Parental permission, student permission, everything.
I mean, I have parental permission, personally.
You have parental privilege.
That part.
Touché.
You have diplomatic immunity.
Literally.
I'm literally throwing up.
Anyway, is Alex? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Cool. No need to apologize.
Did you want music playing, Tommy? There hasn't been music playing.
Yeah, I was literally just looking up some music to play.
What is Lavinia's style? I'm gonna make a hero forge.
Sorry?
I'm gonna make a hero forge for Lavinia, and I'm gonna have her look very nice. Because I'm
Make
like
it loud on this board.
okay.
Okay. Springs Post. Hold on. And we are back. Roselle, as you are sort of making your way across the sort of mountainscape moving away from the School of Inspiration. First off, it's hard to keep up with Carnation. Carnation is a spry little cat. You're fully, like, are you wearing heels? Like, are you in your school uniform still? Okay, so, like, you've fully,
I'm hot on Carnation still, though.
Yeah, I'm sprinting too, and I'm relatively fast.
Even though Roselle left first, she's, like, near the back.
Pallas is so far behind. Pallas is wearing stilettos.
Yeah, by pure virtue of heels, you guys are a little bit behind. But the six of you, I believe, because Holly and Noelle are here as well. Dakota, you were the first one to arrive. As you guys notice, it's beginning to rain a little bit. It's like, it starts with a little drizzle, but it starts to come down a little bit harder as you guys begin to approach Lake Boreas. Lake Boreas is a special, decadent kind of place. It's quiet. It's surrounded by like foliage and woods. It's along the part of the mountain that's like kind of like a spring clearing. So you have to like kind of make your way into the woods a little bit, in a different direction than the Olympus residence. And that's really funny. Lake Boreas is a sort of jagged, round, much smaller, closer to a pond than a lake, still large enough to be considered one, but whereas Lake Notos by the Traughffle and Ciara residences is like a crescent sprawling across like a really big chunk of Comet Heights, Lake Boreas is a sliver. It is the dime of Comet Heights. Clear, spring blue water, where you can see the bottom. It's very radiant and resonant. You guys hear like the croak of frogs and the creaks of smaller insects, the skittering of animals.
Dakota, when Carnation gets, I imagine, to the lake's edge, will just like kneel down and just like get cupfuls of water and just start splashing his face.
What are you doing?
I mean, I can't hear Carnation, so.
Roselle, you hear that in your head as you're running.
Oh, that's so much better. Where am I?
Roselle, you fully... not Roselle. Dakota, you look up down at Carnation. Carnation's like looking at you with like a confused cat look on his face. But again, you have no idea that he can like talk and communicate, so you just have a very like contemptuous looking cat at your side.
Dakota dries off his hands.
As the others begin to approach Syriee, then Holly and Noelle, and then bringing up the rare, Pallas and Roselle.
Dakota, you dumbass.
It's okay. I got the cat. Don't worry.
As you hear Carnation meow, which you haven't heard really at all, but everyone arrives at Lake Boreas. You see Carnation is sitting like with their hind legs behind their body, staring out towards the lake, back turned to everyone. And can I have everyone except Enix, make a perception check. Roselle, can I have you do so with advantage? Arielle, what happened?
I didn't do well at the shit I'm supposed to do well with.
Did you get a nat 1?
No, it's an 8.
Oh, what
Because
did
I
you roll?
rolled a 2.
Oh, no!
With my disadvantage, Tommy, due to my level of exhaustion, I
Yes.
still got a 12.
I also got a 12.
If it helps, I also got an 8.
Siri's just mad that it's raining.
Pallas is literally screaming. Pallas is like,
Syriee and Pallas are like trying to get under a tree, and like Pallas sees Syriee just like drip, 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 drip.
Pallas is trying to use Syriee as an umbrella. He's trying to like get under. Like...
Roselle, what did you get?
17.
17. So Dakota and Holly, you guys got 12s, and Roselle got a 17. Oh, Aidan got a 12.
I got an 8.
Pallas got a 12.
Yeah.
Holly got an 8. Holly and Syriee, you guys and Noelle are fully like trying to conceal yourselves in the woods in order to ensure you guys don't get wet.
Does my
Tonight-
passive do nothing?
Guys, it's totally fine. It's just rain.
What'd you say, Arielle?
Does my passive do nothing?
No. But Pallas, you're kind of like sticking close to Syriee, and Holly, you're sticking close to Noelle. So Dakota is like the only one who's really out in the rain right now. But you guys notice, maybe it's the rain, but there's something about Carnation that they're not as bright as they usually are, physically. Roselle, you noticed this as well, and with a better understanding of Carnation and how they work, you know that the type of fire that Carnation is made out of is magical. It's arcane, which means the rain could not be whatever is like different with Carnation. It's not the conditions of the weather. It is not the rain. And on a 17, Roselle, you also notice. Do you get closer to Carnation at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna get as close as I can.
Yeah, you're gonna step out in the rain. It's coming down. Dakota's chilling. Dakota's like a frog.
Roselle.
Dakota's like a frog out here. He is having just a good time. But Roselle, you walk over to Carnation, and you see that they're staring towards where their reflection should be. As you realize that Carnation is not reflected in the water the way that you and Dakota are.
Roselle, Carnation's a vampire.
That is simply
I-
not true.
Well, they just disagreed with that one. Are you doing okay?
I'm like really tired, but this water's doing wonders.
Okay.
Can we put
So I turn.
Can we put on
What?
some distance from the mountain man?
Sure.
His lackadaisical nature is putting me off.
Dakota, we're gonna walk a little bit away from you for no reason at all.
Okay.
Dakota, you need a hand, buddy?
I'm good.
I'm just continuously casting prestidigitation on Syriee and I to just keep us dry.
It's not working.
It's not working. I'm just like, why isn't it working?
Oh, fuck. Roselle, you pick up Carnation and like walk like a good 15 feet away. Plop them down, and you continue to stare at their reflection. And you hear in the back of your mind, I'm afraid I don't understand what makes this place so familiar to me. The shape of fuck, you talk first.
Sorry, I wasn't saying anything. Yeah.
No.
Were you here when you were? What is going? Were you here when you, like when you were still...
Coming from you, Tommy.
No, it's probably, is it coming from me? No. Were you here when you, like, it is coming from me. I'll be right back.
Oh, well.
Why is this working? Syriee, why is this working?
I'm gonna put
Continuously
AirPods
trying to
in
remind
and
myself.
see if they'll actually connect to my computer this time. Because they don't always work.
Hello? I can hear you. Cool. Okay. Continue. I don't know why this place is familiar. The shape of the water, the cracks around the edge, the way the magic in the air flickers here. It's not just familiar. There's something comfortable here. I wish I understood why. It could simply be the nature of the creature that I am, whatever that may be. Or perhaps something more. I feel like I missed this place, but I don't remember ever having been here. And you see something very thoughtful in Carnation's eyes for the first time. Which is hard. They're not very, just pure flickering fiery lights. Those are not very expressive. But you see something crosses over Carnation's face as they say, Roselle, you are my friend, are you not? I feel like I might have had a friend before. Before you, before this time. And you see that thoughtfulness suddenly becomes very sad. As you hear, I don't remember. Why do I feel like this is a place I belong? Why does this feel like home to me? I don't understand. And the pitter-patter of rain falls around you as you sit in silence for a moment. And after some time you hear again, is it possible to miss someone that you've never met? And they look up at you, Roselle. Hello? Am I stupid? I can't hear Alex saying anything. No, yeah. I'm really sorry. You were cutting out a lot when you said that. Do you want to type it? You can type it if you want. I can hear you right now. All right, that you sound pretty clear right now. Carnation sits in silence for a moment until Roselle, I think they're gone. You hear Carnation kind of like like sigh in the back of your mind. I'm afraid I don't know what I want. Part of me wants them back. I just wish I know who I wanted, who I needed. I need you to take me from this place. I can't bear the sight of this lake anymore. Incarnation goes back inside of your mind. Dakota has been sitting out in the rain for like the entire conversation, just like. So, did you get your cat? Yeah, no, I also want to leave, and I also want Holly to start telling me things more often. We should go. Um, as you guys head off in the rain. It's very wet out, believe it or not. But as you guys are leaving, you walk Dakota back home first. Um, just it was what you guys were going to do before. But Dakota, can I get a perception check from you real quick? Tired boy hours. Shit. Man, this rain feels good. You guys get back to Dakota's house. And you turn them in for the night. Dakota, you head back to your home. You don't you're not exactly a partier, but this is the closest to hungover you've ever felt, and it's fully in the middle of the night. You crash into your bed and enter a deep slumber. As everyone else heads off their separate ways, Pallas and Syriee together, Holly, Enix, Roselle, and Noelle in another direction. Not Enix, but Holly, Roselle, and Noelle. And the night passes. Un momento. Punta. Anyway. Anyway. That was Tuesday. Believe it or not. The next day arises. On a Tuesday, innit? The next day comes, and Holly, you get out of bed in preparation for school the next morning, and you wake up to a couple of texts on your phone from Pascal. You pick up your phone and they read, "Really sorry about last night. Didn't want to blow you off at all. We can reschedule. Rain check, question mark?" You see the texting bubble for a little bit, and then, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm sorry. Blackheart. um, and you get up, you leave your room for the first time, and you see your parents are in the kitchen. Hey Holly. Listen, have you seen I don't know if you checked your email, but you guys don't have school today. All of you wake up to some different messages or emails from your parents, or you just see your phone. You see that the Claudius Ptolemy School of Inspiration is shut down for a day to figure out a mysterious power outage that happened in the middle of the night before. You see your dad Casper pulls out this red and green dotted phone with a little candy cane jutting out of it. Yeah, they sent it to all the parents. Apparently something happened in the middle of the night. Something with, apparently there was like some kind of power outage. Something with one of the students was, I guess, tampering with like technology or something. But it really did a number on the school. I'm sure they'll get over it eventually. They have a handle on what they're doing. You see Noelle is like kind of eating cereal at the table, like kind of just like, mm-hmm. And your dad kind of turns to you guys. Yeah, so you can head back to bed if you want. You could sleep in, but while you guys are here, what were you guys doing out late that last night? And you hear just like Noelle just like drop the spoon. He looks at you, Holly. Can you make a deception check, please? I would have given you disadvantage for the apology, but I'm counting it as Noelle giving you the help action. What do you roll, Lake? You see your dad kind of nods and your mom who's like making breakfast. Yeah, all right, sweetie. I know you two were together, which is real nice. Just I know you were out like late last night. Just be careful about that. All right, you guys. I know today is like an exception, but school days and all that. Well, yeah. I mean, you guys can like sleep in if you'd like. Your father and I, we don't have that much going on. We stopped getting emails from the North Pole and all that, so. Yeah, well, and then they don't elaborate. You're like texting at the table, like while you're eating breakfast. Noelle looks over your shoulder. Why the fuck are you apologizing? Better. And he hits send for you. You don't get a response for a little bit. Because you guys have today off, first of all, you guys properly level up. You have all of your level 7 shenanigans prepared. So, all the boosts and all that. You guys have a day of, I'm going to say, limited free time, because there's other stuff I do want to get to tonight if possible. But you guys have a little bit of free time if you guys would like to congregate or do some things on your own time. Dakota. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, can I just want to hear what everyone else wants to do first, if anything. uh, you send that text, Holly, like 5 minutes after that goes out, Pascal sends you a text, all caps. Is it really? I'm so fucked. Um, anything else? Do people want to like get together and like sort of talk through this, what happened last night? Or is that something that people want to leave for later? Okay. Um, okay, so do you want to say like in the evening everyone kind of congregates a little bit? Pizza time, yeah. Okay. Sorry? Right. You you do you Palace, Palace, do you say that in the chat? You see Bianca typing for a really long time and then nothing. You get like four like up arrow reactions from like Bianca, Pascal, Sagas, and Noel. As everyone's as everyone's fighting in the group chat, is there anyone besides Dakota who has specific actionable things they would like to do during the day before the party regroups? It is November 9th, Wednesday. This is Aidan getting upset. This is not Pallas. It's like a really I think like we can all agree it is a well kept secret outside of this friend group. Everyone in this chat is very well aware. Um, Friday. um, Dakota, would you like to describe what you're looking to do for your birthday? Yes. Food. Anyway, big portions, dude. All right, so we are going to cut to Dakota. Tell me about those books, baby. Yes, you have a library card. I think we established this already. Whatever your carrying capacity of books is. Be reasonable here. 4 books is super reasonable. Oh. I really had it like a cigarette. Jeweler, I hardly know her. Anyway, Dakota, you pick out like tinkering for dummies. You are the diamond of my eye, the key to all things jeweling. Um, Jesus, and you like got arms full of books. You're at the library. Hold on. Well, yeah. No, you don't run into anyone. You simply head up to the desk of the librarian lady, the very familiar looking head of the library. The lady who had like the beehive hairdo, like the bit of a crooked nose. Um, Someone who, like, if you had to guess, might be a hex blood, but you really can't tell. Um, as you can see, she kind of like looks up without saying anything at you. Beep, 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 beep. Pushes them over to you. Yeah, I'm thin fucking ice mountain boy. As you like walk away, she's like back. She's like sipping her coffee, like on her phone. It's a new mug. Honestly, yeah. You like, I'm scared. And you head out of the library. Now then, because it's interesting, because you look through the yearbooks and do not find a Finch Rhapsody. You do not find that exact name in the yearbook. Having said that, yeah, can you make a history check for me? 18. Well, you've been at the school for 4 years. You do not know of Finch Rhapsody personally. You like the school of inspiration is like so weird and wacky that like people just appear and disappear at will. A ghost goes here. It's like hard to keep track of just everyone who is here, but you do know the following: that Finch Rhapsody is indeed someone who like probably would have to attend the school and be like, this is a person who exists. And you put it together, Finch Rhapsody is almost definitely a stage name, because like fairy names are weird, but in like a way that like fairy names are like Twinkle Clover Pop, like that's like that kind of a weird naming scheme. So Finch Rhapsody, while a cool name, is not something that it's not a typical fairy name. All that said, I was gonna say, can you make an investigation check for me real quick? 17. You spend like a good while trying to like finger through like yearbooks and old pages on like the Comet Heights website. You look up Poet itself. You look up their Spotify. You know they've got like 30 monthly listeners. You know they're one of those garage bands. But you eventually come across your freshman year yearbook, and kind of just like you're like kind of going down the list. You're like looking at what you and Ezra and Pallas looked like when you were all 14. Yes, and sure enough, you see the portrait of at 14, you see a portrait of a like 2 foot tall, scraggly, like shithead looking kid with like long dark hair, wearing kind of like with like thick glasses and braces. And you see Persimmon Honeycurl is the name under it. I'm gonna put that name in the chat real quick. But you see the name Persimmon Honeycurl. After doing so, you do what any good, person in 2022, in the year of our Lord 2022, does. You hit the fucking yellow pages, baby, because your parents are old fashioned, but in like an effective way. Sure enough, you do discover that Persimmon Honeycurl, the Honeycurl family, lives in a third floor apartment in the Comet Heights apartment complex. Sick. And you have the pick still, right? You can like go and get it if you want. Oh, right, it's leverage. Right. Yes. Understood. So at like around around like give or take like 2 o'clock, you begin to approach the Comet Heights apartment complex. You have like you found the number. It's like 312. You like kind of like scrawled it on the inside of your hand. And as you're looking at your hands, you notice that the glow, the normal glow, has returned to your arms after yesterday. Seems like resting has restored that sort of energy and ability within you. As you enter the apartment complex, let's just do. I'll actually flip a coin real quick if I can find one. I'm just gonna flip one of the old tokens that Aidan made. They're not in here. Fuck. In here. We're gonna do like a heads or tails type thing. You head up the elevator it's a little like, it's not built for people who are 8 feet tall, so you're like a little bit crammed in there. And you enter the elevator, you're like coming from the ground floor, and as the door is closing, you're like, hold on. You see an arm stick through, and you see Bianca standing there with her with a backpack slung over her shoulders, and she's hand in hand with a short purple tiefling girl. Hey, Dakota, what are you doing here? Sorry, hold on. It's her. Doop. I gonna be real honest with you, dog. I've never heard that name in my entire life. Oh, like that fairy dude? Like who was supposed to be like sorry, fairy dude. That was out of character. Anyway, fucking how many fairies could there be? You'd be surprised. Um, Sagas. Jesus. Happy Pride Month from the cast of the Elegy of Everlasting Winter. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, yeah, does he like live here? I don't really know anyone else who I don't know anyone else who lives here other than like Laz and Rizzy. Yeah. Oh, you can say hi to him. She like nudges Tallulah a little bit. This is my younger sister. You see Tallulah like looks up at you like in just pure like sheer awe at the appearance of someone so tall. And she kind of like looks up at you like, anyway. You stop at Bianca's floor first. Oh, by the way, listen, I haven't really, I haven't really said anything. I heard something went down last night. Um, I know you going somewhere. Just wanted to know if you were like okay. Ding, ding, boom, ding, 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 boom. You just hear from behind the door. All right, I'll see you later. Um, and you, you hear like a voice in the elevator. Fucking dick, close the goddamn door. As the elevator rises like through the building up to the third floor. Um, the doors open. Yeah, get the fuck out, dick. As you head down the hallway. Today I just canonized the sentient elevator in the Common Heights apartment complex. I should, honestly. It'd be funny. I love you, Sponge. Um, you head down the hallway in search of the apartment, and sure enough, you roll up on 312. Persimmon. Dakota, I'm going to do something really evil. I'm going to roll a luck check to see if you are actually in the same math class as Persimmon. 10 or higher. 10 or higher. That is a 17. That's a 17. Yeah, that works. That works. As you're like, you like knock on the door and you hear like a coming as you're like kind of like, and you pull, you had just like loose leaf in your pocket for some reason. You like unfold it and you remember like an assignment, like an old math assignment that you were given a while back, and just kind of like, yeah, they teach algebra at the Claudius Ptolemy School of Inspiration for like adventurers and mages high school. As the door before you opens, and before you stands a young person of around 17 or 18. about 2 feet tall, but floating like a hummingbird in the air, around your about as tall as you, just like as far as how far off the ground they are. You see a fairy with sort of like tousled dark hair. You see that they've definitely, puberty hit this kid like a fucking truck. You see that they've got like long golden earring, like painted black fingernails. You see that they're just like kind of like rubbing their eyes a little bit, and you see that they're clearly wearing like a tank top and sort of like purple and pink pajama bottoms and like little bunny slippers. Hey, do I know you? Fucking Montana. Dakota. Shit, Dakota. Hey. Yeah, what, why are you at my apartment? Can you make me a deception check for me? Make a deception check for me. You start to like come in and you see Finch's hand like move near the door to block you. All right. I don't know what's exactly going on, but that is not this week's math homework in your hand right now, buddy. No, I figured. You see, he kind of like pokes his head out the into the hallway. Are you like a cop? Are you a cop? Yeah, you can come in. As, as she moves off to the side. Um, you see, you walk in. This is a very small flat, especially for like these apartments. You don't really know. You haven't really been to any of the apartments, but you see that's like kind of like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom type deal. A little bit on the smaller side. You see it's a kind of a complete train wreck in there. You see just like a lot of like glitter is like just strewn about the floor and furniture and whatnot. You see it's very dimly lit with only like little fairy lights hanging from the, not even hanging from somewhere by strings. They're just like kind of floating near the ceiling in her apartment. You see that there's just like a very like a long like black couch near like the back wall. Um, and you see that like the room is like, you could tell based on the couch that Percy has been kind of sleeping on the couch a little bit. You see there's like a pillow and like some blankets. You see that there's like a very really nice like scarlet red guitar leaning on the side of the couch, and you see posters for all these different bands. I mean, like just like AC/DC, Journey, Burning Hands, like a bunch of different little like mementos from older bands. Wink. Yeah, sorry, I haven't really had anyone over in like forever. So, I kind of like live here on my own. Um, my like parents are like not really around that much. No, it's fine. Like Feywild shits. Yeah, yeah. Do you want a beer? As he like cracks open the refrigerator. That's like very responsible of you. No, no, I respect it. No, listen, I'll maintain like I'll maintain a level of respect. That's very responsible of you. They kind of like sit back on the couch. So, talk to me. What's going on? You see that they kind of roll their eyes. Don't even talk to me about the dance. Fucking, like, my parents got me, like, they, like, wrestled me back to the Feywild for something. It was, like, they're kind of, like, diplomats between the waking world of here and the realm where I'm from, and, like, their in-house entertainment, like, dipped last second, and, like, Titania would have been, like, pissed if there wasn't any music at that little gala, so, would have loved to be at the Halloween, but Hmm. Uh, yeah. Listen, I found out like pretty last minute that I was gonna be, you know, getting it, not gonna be there, so I kind of dropped it into an envelope and sent like a one of my dad's pigeons. He's friends with a couple of them, but sent it over to the school. What do you mean? Do you have my pick? Because I still haven't gotten it back from, like, I know, like, they needed to borrow it. Oh, Aurora's what? Make a either persuasion or intimidation check for me. Huh. 17. Percy kind of like sits up in their couch. Man, I like legit. I actually don't know what that is. I can tell you like about the pick. I mean, do you know? Um, so it's kind of, I forget the exact material. It's like my dad had it commissioned for me a while ago from like some like fey like like jewel carvers. It's what are they called? I need to like ask them about the name because it's been a while. But like it's it's like a magic crystal that's kind of like unique to the owner. It's like kind of meant to be handled only by me or like people like me. I mean, like the easiest way to put it is like I'm like a fairy, right? And you have people, fairies from from way over yonder. We're built different, right? We got like different magic flowing through our veins, different kind of energy, and because the Fae people are inherently magical in a way that like some people aren't, like some people of the material plane of like in Common Heights or wherever else in like fuck knows where America, they can't really handle that shit. They don't really they're not ready for that chili. On what exactly? Go ahead. Because of the ring. Soft 20? You get the impression that this is someone who's like really struggling to sound like he knows what he's talking about. And although what he is you can tell that he's telling the truth, but you can also tell that he is pulling from a really limited well of knowledge here. if that makes sense at all. He's trying to explain in the best terms possible, but he really doesn't have that much to work with. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's weird. Like, so you do have it. Did you touch it with like your hand? Are you okay? Jesus. I mean, okay. I mean, the school would have reported if someone died, so like, I hope they're okay. But yeah, I get. Listen, I mean, look, just between you and me, I don't really like go to school that much. We got the whole music thing going on. But like, I can show up. I can grab it from you like tomorrow. Yeah, no, listen, I'm glad that you're like, I would have liked to have it sooner, but you're holding on to it. It's like, as long as it's safe, as long as like, it's kind of like my arcane focus. It's a little, I haven't cast a spell in like 2 weeks, so yeah, no, it's totally fine. Yeah, take care, dude. And you leave. Lore. You head down. Yeah, fucking took you long enough. Jesus. As it heads down. All right. I just want to check in with everybody. I know it's late. How's everyone feeling? Everyone's feeling good? Would people like to continue or call it a night? Bryson? You good? Alex, are you good? Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna take another like really I'm gonna take like a really quick, like less than 5 minutes just to like run back to the bathroom real quick. So sheesh. I love D&D, guys.
Vinia's Hero Forge. And the way I've been trying to do it is use the one that was originally made for her, and just fem it up, right?
Yeah.
But it's just hard because it's well, it's not even that. It's more of the fact that like what we were working with was really just like, oh,
You know,
and
so
I'll be back.
I'm just glad that like, uh-oh.
oh, Aidan said they
Oh, okay. I didn't hear them say that. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Fun fact, that's actually what we do. What we trans people do. We actually make a hero forge that is ourselves, and then, no, I'm kidding. I actually,
Hey,
but I should.
I never would have known. Wow. You learn something new every day.
I am joking.
No, I know.
No, you're not.
What do you guys think of the Dakota Hero Forge right now? What do you think it needs?
Wait, let me see it.
I'm screen sharing it.
Oh, okay. Wait, how do I...
Just click on it. Yeah.
The color's a little off on my screen, but
Yeah, I think
pretty
Dakota.
good.
It feels like Dakota. What are you looking for?
I don't know. Just like, did the colors look okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe make the hair a darker brown.
Yeah.
Okay. So what exactly was the dude? I'm so sorry. I know that we're something else. What exactly was the dude thing? So if you're from
It
I
was
mean-
kind of we already know.
Noelle, but also Noelle is like a fey elf. That's
Yeah.
why he was unaffected, right?
Does that mean Holly technically touched her?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this also is
he's
certainly
right.
not a shard. This is certainly not a shard.
Oh, it's not a.
No.
Was that?
Well, we know it's not an original wild chart.
Go to the wood for the color of the hair.
Sorry, I zoned out.
Go to the wood.
Hey,
No, that-
putting after hours.
Oh, I thought it was darker. My bad. Just kidding. I lied.
There's some.
Dakota. That's red. I love skin. Ooh. Sorry, can I, Aidan and Sid, can I quote you on what you just fucking said before? Ian, Mr. Mules. So true. Oh, you just ended it immediately. Yeah. It might just be like something with your computer. Hmm. I'm I'm going to screen share my Elegy spoiler notes. Um, I see you guys fucking looking. Oh Jesus Christ! That was It was supposed to just go on me saying with like a single word, just balls, and it actually showed spoilers. I'm going to stop this. No, I was trying to do a bit, and it just screwed, like the Zoom screwed me over because it was just going to say balls. Thank God. Raise your hand if you actually read anything that was on the screen. Okay. Oh no. Okay. See, it's funny because I have like a dress design for Lavinia on Hero Forge that I just haven't revealed yet. It's not that different from what you have right now. Yeah, she's a high dex type figure. Um, yeah, it's funny because I have a little bit of a Elegy trivia for you guys. I actually went through a couple of like different name ideas for Lavinia before I settled on it. And first of all, number one, I completely forgot that. Oh, it's not that I forgot. I had settled on the name Lavinia before Summer Stardom, and this never came out in the campaign. Lavinia is the name of Breeze's mom, I think. As according to the lore document, like the lore that Arielle gave me, that was the name of her character's mom, and it was fully just complete like a complete like crazy coincidence. But yeah, but I went through a couple of like different names. Like right now, it's under Leilani Sageclaw, which just didn't end up like feeling right. Honestly, pretty name, just not for her specifically. Yeah, I think the others that like I had some written down like Lenaria. Yeah, the fact that it was dragony, like the first one that came out was Liliana, which also doesn't really feel very like fitting, um, like too human. And then like I think Lavinia, like the fact that it's more like sleek and draconic, I think that's why it works better. But oh yeah, Lavinia's like a little shit. Um, oh Jesus. Anyway, are we ready to continue? Slay, can I get a woo yeah from Sid? You know that's really funny. Can I get a woo yeah? Woo yeah. Yeah. Also, if anyone no, if anyone like starts getting tired and wants us to end, just say the word, and I'm totally cool with just cutting it because I know it's getting late. You're so funny. um, so we are going to continue along. Let me pull up some music because I keep forgetting to put it on. What is it? Let's find some nice, spicy Night in the Woods music. Let's go, Night in the Woods. I love gay people. Yep, I'm scared. Anyway, oh, one thing before we all congregate for the night. Dakota, do you go home after talking with Percy? Cool. You head home and you you head home, like, York's at the door, is like, oh. As you enter the foyer, you see your parents are not home. You see a note on the dining room table, headed off to work, like with like a wink smiley face. Take care of. Don't forget to feed York. P.S. Left you a little something nice from mom and dad, and you see a little gift box next to it. Dakota, I would like you to add Ring of Mind Shielding to your inventory. hey, Aidan, that was you, motherfucker. Anyway, beautiful. No, you haven't. It's really funny. Have you read any of the party members? Right. Yes, totally forgot about that. Session 1. Jesus. Anyone what? Oh. Honestly, I would have done that if I rolled a nat 20. No. the brand, you know, kind of like the spirit, yeah. Yeah. But this one's like fresh out of the oven. Um, anyway, are there any other things that people would like to do before the pizza time congregation? It's been a while since we've done a pizza time. From last, you did not. You do. I will say, you guys see when Pallas first proposes pizza time, and then the fight broke out. Around like early afternoon, you guys get a text from Pascal. Hey, all, would love to join you for pizza time, but I'm not really sure if I'm feeling it tonight. Still feeling a little, after last night. Uh, Save a slice for me, or don't. You don't really have to, but we'll miss you all anyway. Blackheart. Beautiful. So last call. No, you're fine. Last call for anything anyone would like to say or do before people congregate at Enix's house. I love literature. So you're going to bring the storybook, How Our Town Came to Be, to the pizza time. Roselle, you hear in the back of your head, man, we really did fuck up that library, didn't we? Bryson, the echo's going through on your end again. Anyway, Dakota, you were gonna say something? You can do that. Yeah. Yep. Well played. All right. Is that everything that you guys want to do, or Dakota, you said something. You said you wanted to do something too. That was it. Okay. Beautiful. Honk. We are going to cut to the Traughffle residence. Enix, every time you have a pizza time gathering at your house, more people show up. Because this time you now can enjoy the company of Noelle and Bianca for the first time at one of these. As people start to slowly filter in, the living room, it becomes very clear how crowded the living room has become. You guys see. um, yeah, that's great. Yeah. Or or he's like sitting in between both of you, like, stop fighting. Um, yeah. So over time, Ezra and Saga show up together, and you guys like start to congregate around like 5:30. It's around like 7 o'clock when finally you hear a knock on the door, and you when you open the door, you see it's Laz. Uh, I don't think they understood the question. Laz is like, hey guys, he kind of like leans over to you. Is it like okay if I'm here? Just okay, just wanted to ask. Oh, smells fresh. And he takes a slice and kind of next to sits next to Holly. Um, you guys like look around. You see Ori and Noelle kind of trade like a knowing look in between each other. But Ezra, who like claimed the truffle armchair, is just kind of like, "How you doing, buddy?" Uh, um, yeah. So everyone is finally here. Pascal's not in attendance, but that was established beforehand. Everyone has pizza. Everyone has drinks. Everyone has questions. Who would like to take the floor? Yeah, pizza time. Let's go. You explain what the party experienced. Great. No, is anyone going to resist? All right, so yeah, Enix. Just double checking. Does an 18 beat your spell save? Okay. No, you say what you were going to say first. So, Enix, you registered that Dakota and Pallas actively resisted. You also know that Bianca and Noelle resisted. As you hear Noelle with a mouthful of pizza, yeah, like respectfully, this is the first time I'm hanging out with you guys. This is a lot. Like, gonna be like really honest. I like have barely met some of you guys like before. I don't even like know this chick. And Bianca's like, no, yeah, he's right. This is a lot. Uh, I just got here. I mean, I've got that is incredibly backwards. Just you know. There's a bit of like silence around the room as like there was a lot of discussion over what had happened previously, like the previous night, and then a really sudden turn into this like weird tangent about Zone of Truths. Um, until like there's a bit of silence after that, but eventually Laz kind of like raises his hand. I mean, I guess I kind of owe you, you know, the whole story. So, hmm. Okay. If he wanted to omit the name of the person that was blackmailing him, would he be able to do so? Yes. Okay. Yeah, just double checking. Fucking pot me kettle, Bryson. Um, I'm pretty sure there is literally no way to do so. Yeah, let's keep going. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna have you do this now. It's she has to make a wisdom save, right? Oh, just surface thoughts? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have her tell the story, and then I'm gonna tell you what you also pick up, just for the sake of it. And I would really appreciate if someone also relayed this information to Pascal, because they are not here, and I think it's important for them to know as well. Holly, I feel like you're the right person to do that. But I want to be really clear when I say that there was no harm meant against anyone. This was not meant to be like a messy operation, like with anyone against anyone. I was really hoping for it to be very smooth and very quiet, and that was compromised, but that's no one's fault aside from my own. There's a student at the Claudius Ptolemy School of Inspiration who discovered a secret of mine, one that I do not feel comfortable disclosing at this very moment. I promise I am not a criminal. I have not done anything illegal, and it is not something that I hope you will look down on me for doing, knowing you guys, but it was something that I was not ready to talk about with other people, and through my own mistake, it was discovered by one of these students. The student, in return, threatened to release this information to the School of Information population on Snapshot, and told me that he wouldn't do it if I... Enix, are your parents home? Yeah, they're asleep. No, because this is like potentially illegal. Yeah, that's fair. He told me that he would release this information to the school public unless I hacked into the database, the online database at the school, and rigged the election results against Pallas. Sure. Yeah. Not Elwoods. Oh, I should add Elwood to the codex. Um, yeah, 15. As Lavinia says that, like, there's like a long pause, and then Bianca just opens her mouth. Fucking politics, man. Jesus Christ. Dakota, you. This could be literally anyone. Because you know Pallas. Are you friends with Pallas? You know Pallas well enough to know that Pallas has friends, but he also has enemies. The people who come to mind, I think, are pretty obvious. People like Rizzy, people like Emerine and Dion, and a couple of other people who would have reason to be pissed at him. The mysterious lady Cecilia comes to mind. Weirdly enough, your parents come to mind. It's clear that they've got like some contempt for him. You kind of rule them out pretty quickly, but you know, you know a lot of people who don't like Pallas, but you can't really put your finger on exactly who would do something like this. Because I failed, and the power went out before I could finish. I was not able to complete the mission that they gave me. And as a result, they have this information, and it is near impossible for me to re-access the database like that, especially after a power outage where the school is very likely going to be on guard about those kind of things if they detect that it was like some kind of cyber attack. Dude, I want it to be very clear that I didn't want to do it. And even though I have a distaste for you as a person, like as a fundamental like being on this planet, I would not have done that willingly if given the choice. You see, like Pallas, you feel Ezra like kind of squeeze your arm a little bit, but when you look over, he's like, I mean, I respect that you're like, but anyway. If it were to come out that anyone were to find out about this, because they made it very clear that they wanted me to be discreet, that information about me would just go out. And that is not something I'm ready for, personally. I literally have no. Hold on. You see, he pulls out his phone. You see that it's ringing, and you see he stops in his tracks. Fuck. Enix, turn the spell off. Turn the spell off now. Okay. You guys look over and you see it's a number that's not registered on. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. It's not gonna matter that much. Hello, and you hear from the other line. Well, this just won't do, my friend. What are you talking about? Oh, haven't you heard? A school got shut down last night by a power outage? Word of a cyber attack in the middle of the night? Lazaro, what happened last night? Yes, Syriee? You can do that. You can do that while we're. Anyway, Lazaro, I'm not stupid. What happened last night? There were some complications. I wasn't. It was very difficult for me to get. No, I'm talking about what happened. Were you caught? Were you found? Lazaro kind of like looks at all of you, like around the circle. No, I wasn't. Listen, it was just. You're asking me a lot here, and I just was not able to do it in time. The circuit board got overwhelmed. Well, listen to me, Sage Claw. I will be very impressed if you are able to pull this off by the time the results are released, because, quite frankly, now that they know that something's going on, you know what I said, keep it discreet. And you have, quite honestly, utterly failed to do anything remotely resembling what I've asked you to. What, you have nothing to say for yourself? Lazar kind of like looks up at Enix momentarily. Sage Claw, are you still there? Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry that I couldn't pull off this, like, fucking Olympic, like, feat in technology for you and your little scheme, but it's, like, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Well, that's disappointing, but I suppose we'll find out on Friday if all this is really going to matter. But let me tell you something, my friend. If I do not hear Rizzy Lutzo's name being told over the intercom when the election results are announced, the world is going to get a taste of what kind of person you really are. Say your prayers, Sage Claw. Or is that not what you want me to? And Lazaro immediately hangs up. Yes. Pallas, you know everything that Enix knows. What are you guys doing? Guys, wait, no. Hold on. Guys, everyone sit down. No, guys, please. No, guys, please just listen. And you see that, like, no insight check needed, he is visibly shaking. No, I know. You are going to help me by not doing anything. Because Dakota, I still have an out. Listen, and I'm going to need you to take this, like, as I'm going to, Pallas, I am literally begging you not to take this personally, please. There's a caveat. If Pallas lost, then there was no need for any of this trouble at all. If I'm to take maybe I'm not supposed to believe him, but like that's literally the only ray of hope, because he gets beaten up, then not only do you guys get in trouble, but there's nothing stopping him from. Yeah, well, I hate that you answered that unironically. Um, yeah, I will say she never confirmed that she didn't have the modified memory spell. Yeah, well, I just like I appreciate it, you guys, and I'm sorry again. I really didn't want to hurt any of you guys, and I don't know. I feel like I could just like I haven't really like had friends like this in a long time, and I feel like I wouldn't do anything that stupid like willingly to fuck that up. Ezra like sees you leave. Pal, hey, hold on. Starts like after you. He Ezra starts after Pallas sees him leave, and kind of like just watches him from like watches Pallas leave, like walk down the sort of long lawn of the Traughffle household. Kind of like turns to everyone. I'm gonna I'm gonna give him the space. Saga's kind of like Sagas takes another slice of pizza. Let him. Yeah, well, that solves that problem. All right, so let's be candid here. Who? Let's be candid here. Let's be candid here. Who did vote for him? The three of you, who did? The three of you raise your hand along with Ezra. Ezra voted for him. Ori voted for him. Everyone else has their hand down. Dakota, along with Sagas, Lazaro, Bianca, and Noel. Listen, I don't feel comfortable talking about him like this if he's not going to be here. Dakota, don't do this. Come on. I want you to name one time that he's actually done it. Sure. Yeah. Roll history. Aidan, answer honestly. Exactly. Can I say something? Oh, you go first. No, stop. It's like listen, I don't care about high school politics either. I really don't. It's not my thing. I think it's, quite honestly, stupid. Just because I think it's stupid doesn't mean it's stupid to him. And I think there are ways for us to figure this out other than just letting him lose. Like, listen, I know most of the people in this room don't like him and don't understand him, and that's fine. Okay? But, like, listen, are we going to pretend like Pallas isn't in danger either? You all saw what happened at Galloween. Someone wants this kid fucking dead. Like, actually murdered. Like, do you guys think that maybe this might be going a little bit deeper than we all think it is? Even deeper than what's going on with you, Laz? And listen, I'm sure there's a way around whatever's going on with you, kid. I really do. He kind of turns to look at Laz, just kind of like nods. But, I mean, come on. Listen, I already have to hear enough about how much you guys don't like him, and I'm like, you know, I mean, it's like, I think we're not going to get anywhere by pointing our fingers and telling people that what they care about doesn't matter. The well runs deep. I think we should all know that by now. People's lives are at stake. So if we're going to get all worked up over some fucking high school politics, then I can leave you guys to do that. But maybe, you know, we need to stop putting square pegs into round holes. I don't know, is this gibberish to you guys? Yeah, me too, but... and you see Ori kind of raises a hand. I mean, you know, fight fire with fire. Does anyone have any dirt on Dion? And we are going to cut back to Pallas and Syriee. You're running to Lake Notos? Oh, you're driving. I mean, it's not far. It's like down the hill, basically. You don't even have to drive. You walk over to Lake. Yeah, you walk over to Lake Notos. Again, very stark difference between Lake Notos and Lake Boreas. Whereas Boreas is very like small and contained, Notos is like very like sprawling out along like it's a massive like body of water. You can see like the Ciara residence from here. On the other side, you can see the House of the Guiding Light. You can see like this long like cobblestone tower that you know is Pascal's place, and it's just it's very like there's a lot of people here like walking around like walking their dogs or with each other. Some boats out are on the water like fishing. Some people are like walking along the massive bridge that like sort of stretches across the it's around like 5:30. No, it's also November. It's also November. It's like start. We could say it's like. Oh wait, no, I fully got that wrong. I said Laz got there at 7. It's like it's like 7:30 right now. Sure. You see, stars are starting to come out. They're always bright in Comet Heights, and you see that it's left the surface of the water in Lake Notos is glittering. Okay. Let me look up exactly what the spell does, just so I know. What does this brooch look like? You feel your head is like shaking, like it is all static up there as you feel it's like energy emanating off of you. Syriee, can you make a investigation check with advantage? This could be perception if you'd like as well. It's even when he tries to seclude himself, it is hard to miss Pallas anywhere. And you like are running up to like the edge of the lake. There's like still like a sizable hill to go, but you see him standing over the lake, and you see throws it at Pallas. You take the brooch into your hand. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of a necklace. You take the brooch, hold it in your hand. Feels heavier than it usually does, and it ding, 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 skips across the lake, and Pallas, in your own little head, in your own little world, you see the world around you is engulfed with periwinkle fog. As you see from through the mist across the water, you see the figures of the Astrophel's past walking along the water, extending hands to each other, crowns atop their heads, fine suits and jackets adorning their bodies, with gray eyes, all staring at each other and staring at you all at once. What question would you like to ask the Astrophels? Pallas, you have never done this before. You see the shadows of the Astrophels all snap towards you. And you see dozens of figures begin to walk towards you, but as they get closer, dissipate one by one. You see men and women of the Astrophel moniker come and go. You see your grandmother Gaia, the mother of Pandora. She nods towards you, smiles, and standing behind her, you see a tall, about like 6'4", 6'5", a tall man with frosty blonde hair, long beard, a look in his eyes that you swear is a piercing cold blue. Adorned in a periwinkle suit jacket and fine pants, you see Frederick James Astrophel, the first of many. Staring across the lake at you, and you feel a shudder go down your spine as he begins to approach. Light ripples forming at his every step, until finally he is facing you, mere feet away. You see his lips curl into a smile. Give me one moment. No, I see this, yeah. Doesn't really apply here, but you see that Frederick Astrophel looks you in the eyes, his lips curling into a knowing smile, and you hear him utter, "You are the apex of everything that was meant to be." Syriee, you're now standing behind Pallas. Hold on, write that down, write that down, write that down! Bryson. Oh, and one more thing. As the fog parts, you fall to your knees. Your brooch returns to your jacket. Your brooch is back. Yes, just want to be clear, only Pallas saw this. This is not happening in the outside world right now. You are the apex of everything that was meant to be. Cool, that's not suspicious. Um, you can draft an email. What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna return to the Traughfles? Okay. Yeah. Do either of you let you know that you guys are gone? Let them know, I mean? Pallas, you enter your car. You enter the key. You head off. And no, I'm not. And as you drive off into the night, deep down you know you weren't given a concrete answer. But as you drive off into the night, you have a strange feeling that no matter what happens, you're going to come out on top. And that, my friends, is where we are going to end today's session. The girls are fighting! The girls are fighting! Oh, shit. Is everyone okay? Is everyone good? Aidan, are you okay? Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you guys see me smiling during the VOD of that session, now you know why. Um, is everyone good? Is everyone like okay and we are all clear that this is just a game? Okay, just making sure. You can never be too careful.